The hard part was, surviving. Like, like
Yeah.
I had, to make sure we had a home. I had to
Yeah.
make sure, I had a job or something. And I was determined. I knew I had to do this. Like, who else gonna do it? I mean, some people was like, oh, I mean, I don't want to talk about that, but they say, oh, you should be a stripper. I was like, nah, you out your mind. I'm not dancing on no pole.
Is the life that you're living now the life you always wanted?
Oh, that's a good question. Like, well, come on, don't start with all that. Now, yeah.
I learned that I ain't perfect, but God gave me a purpose. I'm worth it cause I know He chose me. I'm alright now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Purpose Over Everything podcast, where we plant, pour, and push you into purpose. My name is Q, and I have a very special guest with us today. My mom, my number one supporter, my everything. I mean, I know you guys always see her in the comments. You always see her supporting, and I got her to get on the podcast with us today. So, Mom, how you doing?
I'm good, nervous, but I'm here for my son.
Well, thank you for being here. I want to ask you real quick, if you had to introduce yourself and just tell the people who you are, what would you say?
Well, my name is Lakasha Reina. It's really Lakasha S. Reina, but I'm not giving my middle name. But anyway, Lakasha Reina. I'm a good person, I'm me. I'm real. I'm intelligent. Yes, I am. I'm me. Like I'm just me.
So if I had to ask you, what is me? If you had to describe me
Here we
in a
go.
in a couple of words, what would me be?
I'm determined.
Hmm.
I'm loving, sometimes too much,
Mm.
caring,
Wow. Okay.
understanding, but then I have my other side.
Hmm.
I can be. No, I'm not gonna say rude, but I just have attitude at times. That
Okay. Okay. So have you always been like this your whole life? Like, when did you become this person?
I mean, I was told when I was younger. I was a little wouldn't take nothing from anyone. But I then again, I was the type that if I seen like even younger, like I didn't like bullies. Even as a little child in daycare, I would be the one to
Stand up.
stand up
Stand
for
up
that
for them.
person, and because so I mean I could say that that's just how I've always been. Like
Mm.
I look out for people.
Yeah.
I prefer the good, not the bad.
Yeah. So,
So
so if somebody was, getting in trouble, or somebody was being bullied, you would jump in and be the one,
right.
and you
And I
wasn't
even if I
scared.
didn't know the person. Nope, and not scared or anything. It's just I'm thinking like, how could you do that to somebody? Like,
Mm.
why?
Yeah.
What's the reasoning?
Yeah.
Just to be bothering somebody for no reason. Like, I
Mm.
never liked the things, stuff of that nature.
Wow.
So,
So if you had to go back to
hmm
you as a child,
hmm
is there anything that you was like, dang, maybe I would have changed a little bit about myself?
yeah. As far as like, talking back, like,
Okay.
you know, um, being a little difficult to deal with.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would, I would kind of change some of my ways, but it's more good than bad. I don't want anybody to think that I'm just,
Yeah.
attitude type person. No, is I would change little things of that nature, but
Mhm. So, what is something that you love about yourself that you would never change?
me being ready and determined to do what I feel is needed to be done,
Mm. No
and
matter what.
no matter what, exactly, and
Mm.
making sure that my family is good. I don't know.
Is the life that you're living now the life you always wanted?
Oh, that's a good question. Like, well, come on, don't start with all that. Now, yeah. I mean, I can truly say I'm happy, with my kids, of course. Like,
Mm.
I've always wanted my two kids, and I got what I wanted.
Mhm.
We are living good. I mean,
Mhm.
everything is, of course, I'm happy with that.
Mm.
But I mean, there's other things I feel that I should have had at this time, but I
Mm.
mean, I'm not married.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something I feel, maybe it should have happened before in the past, but it hasn't, but
So you said you're not married, right? So you was a single mom, right?
right,
How
exactly.
was being a single mom just growing up as like or raising us as a single mom? Like how was that?
I mean, it was hard at times, but I've always, from the time I was 15, I wanted a child.
Mm.
I used to carry my Cabbage Patch doll around. Like, I really wanted a baby. So it's
Wow.
like,
Why?
I don't know, I just always wanted to take care of somebody. I wanted I could just, somebody I could take care of my own. Like,
Mm.
I just always wanted a child. So,
So you said it was hard. What was hard about it?
the hard part was surviving, like
Mm.
like
Yeah.
I had to make sure we had a home. I had to
Yeah.
make sure I had a job or something, because
Mhm.
I wasn't never really into trying to, I don't want to try to put nobody down in it, but I just never was into that welfare like
Mhm.
try. I just always wanted stuff on my own, because that's how I seen my mother.
Mm.
That's always what she had to do, to make sure that we had,
Yeah.
and we was good. So I always wanted to do the same.
So my dad got sick
Right.
when I was about like 2 years
Yeah, maybe
old.
like 2 or 3.
So
Yeah, around that time. But he was a very good man, because
yeah,
I did want to marry your dad. I did.
yeah,
So I will never put him down. It was a sickness, and he's still a good person. He's still a
yeah,
good man. So it was just that, and
yeah.
I couldn't have you around that.
Right,
So that
right.
was the only reason why. You
Yeah.
know.
So my dad gets sick.
Hmm.
I'm 2 years old. You're what, 20, 21 years
Yep.
old.
Yeah, around that. Yep, around
What's
that
what's
age.
going on in your head now, knowing that
Hmm.
you're about to raise me basically without a dad?
I really had to get it together. Like,
Mm.
I know that I was doing this by myself,
Mhm.
and there's no way we gonna be living in the streets or nothing like that. So
Yeah.
I had 2, 3 jobs at a time.
Wow.
I was just working hard, doing what I had to do.
Mm.
To make sure that we was good. We had our own apartment. That when you was 2, that was like our second apartment. So it's like,
Wow.
and I was determined. I knew I had to do this. Like, who else gonna do it?
Mhm.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nobody else that I can even allow to do it.
Mm.
So, and I've been the type of person that I don't like to, beg nobody to help me, and like,
Mhm.
so I knew I had to do it on my own.
Mm. So what would you
With
tell?
my mother, I cannot say my mom didn't help though.
Right.
Of course she was the grandma
Yeah. And
of
and
all
and
grandmas. So,
we definitely gonna talk about our angel
hmm
as a single mom, 2 year old. You're like, I'm determined. I got to go through things. You had to put me in front of yourself. So how
right.
did you feel about that?
I felt good as long as I knew that you was happy and you had everything that was needed.
Mm.
It wasn't a bother to me. It's like
Wow.
because that's what I wanted. Ain't like nobody, I didn't want that.
Mhm.
So why, I wasn't gonna allow it to be too much for me.
Yeah.
Because that's all. And then I wanted 2 kids. So it
So
was
it's
just
only
you.
one. So you
So I
still was
knew I
like, I
was
still
getting in.
want another.
Yes. So I
So
knew that was happening anyway,
so
regardless.
you were determined to have 2 children, determined to work no matter
No matter
what,
what,
determined to
exactly.
survive,
That's
right?
right. And very determined, because, as I say, I wanted to have you,
Mhm.
and you have my last name.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend nobody, but I
Uh-huh.
was not giving your name, giving you no other name but mine.
Why?
Because I just always felt like I'm the one that's obligated. I have to take care of you. I
Mm.
have to make sure that you grow to become the man that you make yourself be.
Mm.
So that's how I felt. Everybody used to say, "Oh, you got to change." No, I don't. I'm not changing nothing. That is
Wow.
my son.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So how
I
wait,
don't feel that as needed to be done. How other people feel. I don't feel that way.
so you basically was saying I was carrying your legacy.
And I not just carrying you. I mean, we did it together,
Mm.
me and your father. But
Yeah.
I just know that I'm gonna be the one that has to deal with you for the rest of your life.
Mm.
I mean,
Where does that come from? Because Isn't it
Because
supposed to be
right.
mommy and daddy that
But
takes
I
care of you
mean,
for the rest
I
of your
wasn't
life?
seeing it like that for from other people, and me seeing different people getting in different, having different relationships, having so much like difficulty, like the fathers, and it's good men, but the fathers disappearing and
Right.
not caring and not being there.
Yeah.
I just felt like I can't even, let me give an example, even with child support. I'm not chasing nobody for no child support.
Right.
Like,
Right.
that's up to them. If they want to pay it, they pay it. If they don't, they don't. I know that I have to take care of my child.
Mm.
So,
So it just
I
seems
never
like
was into that stuff.
it seems like you really don't listen to what other people say.
No
You're
way.
not into the crowd. You're not into following. It's just like I'm setting my mind to this,
Yep.
and I have to do
And
it.
that's
I
exactly
think
how I
that that's a
am.
mentality that a lot of people need in order
Yeah.
for them to be successful in life.
Mhm.
So now my dad's not in the picture, and it's just you.
Mhm.
My grandmother comes in. So
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about my grandmother and what she means to you.
Oh well, of course my mother means everything. She always will mean everything to me. She just always was there, and I just appreciated the way that she wanted us to be, so happy, and just worked so hard for us, and didn't care, like, what she had to do. It just had to be done. Like,
Mm.
she knew this, without a problem. And when I had you, she was just like, oh my God, that's my child. Like, that's my baby. Like,
Wow.
wanting to really take over. And, two mothers in the same household. That's another thing I learned. That's not going to work. Because she really didn't want me to get my own apartment. She wanted me
Mm.
to stay right there. And
Wow.
we all live together, but
Mhm.
I just couldn't do that. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would have did without my mother, though. I really don't. Because,
What's one thing or a few things that grandma taught you that made you who you are?
she taught me how to work hard.
Mm.
She taught me how to basically survive, because the things that I seen her going through, I'm like, how could you live? Like
Wow.
like how could you do it? So she taught me that, and how it's very important to just, take care of yourself and your family. Like,
Mm.
it's something that, you can't stop doing,
Wow.
basically. So, very she was just always a hard working woman.
Mm.
Very but of course she's, into herself, and
Mhm.
wearing her making sure she look good. Everybody used to always say, "Oh my God, your mother looks so beautiful all the time," and you would never know what a person going through.
Wow.
And it's like, sometimes honestly we might have had like just eggs to eat, you
Mm.
know, but it's because she was struggling, but I would look at her like, why are you crying? We are eating.
Wow.
Like, it didn't bother me. Like,
Wow.
but I mean, stuff like that would bother her, but
Mhm.
it just comes to show you that, it was so much hard work that she had to do, but she did it.
Mm.
And, she did it.
And from her working so hard, that told you that now I have to
Right.
do the same exact thing. But I
Exactly.
want to go back because you said like growing up you didn't really see like real examples of fathers. So like you had your own way of saying, "Look, I'm going to have to do this on my own." Do you think that there's fathers that actually are doing what they're supposed to do?
Of course. I'm looking right at one. What the? Don't start me up, Arquel.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what I don't want nobody to feel like I'm talking bad about men.
Right, right, right,
No,
right.
I feel now it is more men that are taking care of their families, taking care, doing what they're supposed to do. But I mean, there are men that's not.
Yeah.
And I can't. I don't want to, put my father down and nothing, but he wasn't there as much as he's supposed to been.
Yeah.
So my mother she had to do everything.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that wasn't happening, because it was.
Yeah. So you ever had like moments where you was like, man, I wish I can have this younger when you was younger, or I wish I can have that, or I
Yeah.
wish you did you go through that
Yeah, I
stage?
did. I
And
did.
how did you overcome it?
I just I had to start looking at people that really didn't have.
Oh.
That's what I had to do. You know,
Okay.
I might have wanted a new outfit that some other child had, you know, the kids in the schools had or whatever, but I didn't have it. And, you know, my mother couldn't afford it. But then I look at somebody that look even worse than that, you know, and they happy. Ain't nothing, you know, that. So I said, I can't, you know, and then you can't, I had to learn there's no comparison. Everybody is going through something, you know, even if they got nice chains on, you still don't know what they're going through.
Inside.
They could be, you know, without parents, you know, in foster care, any type of thing. And so I had to learn like that. Like, you know, I got to be me.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was kind of tomboyish anyway. I was wearing 2 and 3 pairs of pants like a boy. Like, I did not like, that's the only thing I listened to my father with the makeup. He's like, please don't wear makeup. And I really did listen to. I didn't like makeup and none of that stuff. I was like really a tomboy. I didn't dress up like.
But where did that come from?
I don't know, because it didn't come from my mother.
Right, because you just
Right,
said
she was-
your mom was
yes,
like she
yes.
likes to dress up and
Exactly.
fashion, and now
I guess
you
I had a little more of my father in me because I was very like tomboyish. So, you know, and that's why I could say I wanted a boy first, like.
right, because you was
Yes.
rough. You was rough.
So I did get what I wanted. Thank you, God. Got what I wanted. But yeah,
So how about dating growing up? So if you're a tomboy,
I really didn't care about no boys or nothing. I can't say I wanted a female. I'm not gonna say that, but it wasn't in my mind. Like I never was into
so
that.
guys just came
Yeah.
to you,
Yep.
even you being like a tomboy and
Yep.
stuff.
But I was shy. Other people didn't think I was shy because I was in like, I love to dance. So I was in dance shows and battle competitions and all that. So people thought I wasn't shy, but I was shy.
Wow.
Like, I was very shy. Like, I didn't want to go up to nobody, talk to nobody. Like, I had maybe 5 friends. Like, I was very shy.
Oh my god. So even like so you're shy, but then when are you not shy?
Because if I like to dance, I'm like, it's like my mind is just set on the music, the dancing. I could I could dance and wake up and see 1,000 people in front of me, but I wouldn't think that would happen. Like, you know, because I wasn't caring about, I was just, my body, my soul was just so into the music, and you know, that's just how I was.
So dancing is something, it's like a talent for you.
Of course,
Where did
yes.
that come from?
The whole family, everybody had some type of dance. My father was a dancer. He's a singer, dancer, everything. So that my brother, you know, I don't, you know.
Rest in peace.
Yes, but of course, you know, we all was dancers and you know, into dancing, loving to dance, like so.
You never had like a dream to say I want to be like a famous dancer? Or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I have wanted that, you know.
So
I have wanted that.
I never knew that.
I mean, some people was like, oh, I mean, I don't want to talk about that, but they say, oh, you should be a stripper. I was like, nah, you out your mind? I'm not dancing on no pole. I'm like, what?
You was that good at dancing.
I was. When I said no, I'm not doing that. But
oh my goodness.
you know, yeah, I was just really into. I was really into. I'm still into dancing. You know, I
Right,
go out. I'm gonna be dancing till I'm in my 80s, 90s, whatever.
So did you make a choice between like wanting to be a dancer and because you had kids at a young age, you had to work? Was it a choice thing, or you didn't care for it that much?
Yeah, no, I looked at it as like a hobby, you know, type thing. What I really wanted to do, I wanted to work in the office. Like I wanted to follow my mother. She always was working in the offices with the computers, sitting at the desk. So it's like that was mentally in my brain. Like I wanted to always type, and I always, you know. So that's what I pushed myself to do.
And that's where you currently work now?
Right.
How long have you been working at your job?
20, is it 21 years now? Yeah.
My goodness. 21.
Yes.
And how long was grandma working at her job?
Please, like 40 years or something out. She and this is like the 3rd job that she was working so long at.
What? Wait.
Merrill Lynch. She started at Merrill Lynch. She was there for maybe like 25 years, maybe or something like that.
What?
Yes.
And then she left there, and then
Merrill Lynch. Then she had a there's only 3 jobs: security job, but she didn't stay there too long. And then the 1199. That's
the same place that you work.
Yes.
So you literally follow her footsteps.
Yes.
And is that something you think she wanted for you?
Yes. Yes.
Did she
She
say
begged me to keep the job because she know my attitude.
So all right. So tell us about like how did you get this job? Like, tell us about that.
Okay, I made sure that I took all the typing classes, and I had to do all the learning, all the computer classes I went to, and I went to this agency, which I had in my mind. I said, wait a minute, because I was hearing a lot about people getting part-time jobs and all. So I said, oh no, I got to find something that's gonna definitely put me into a full-time position. I'm not running around here looking for no part-time job and all of that stuff. So, that was out of the picture. But I found this agency, and it was, permanent as long as you pass the probation. So, I went through that, the testing and everything, and then that's how I got in. I started as a data entry clerk, and then I got promoted to bookkeeper.
Wow. So you're currently a bookkeeper
Now,
right
yeah, I'm
now.
bookkeeper, yeah.
And would you say it was God that gave you this job?
Oh, of course.
Why would you say that?
Because I talk to God all the time as my friend, father,
That's good.
mother, everything.
Uh-huh.
So I felt, because I could say, and feeling like depressed and stuff, because at the time before I got the job, I wasn't getting what I wanted. I was working little corny, doing stuff that I wasn't caring for. That, but I know I had to work because I had to pay bills.
Right.
I had to do what I had to do. But
Well, how old was I when you got this job?
oh Lord, well, we ain't doing no calculations. I had it for 21 years old.
So but I was still young,
Yeah,
right? I
you
was
was
still
still
like young. Okay.
Yes, but so I had to, do what I had to do. Like I felt that I needed to understand, and have this position that I wanted. So I was determined, to get it.
Yeah.
So, once I got in and passed the probation, and I was good. Ain't nobody could tell me nothing. And I worked so hard. I did so much that's why I got promoted.
How quick was it for you when did you get promoted fast, or did it take a couple
Yeah,
years?
yeah. I did the data entry for a year. They used to tell me, "Oh, you working too fast," and I said, "I'm here to work." So my director, at the time, she saw that I was a hard worker, and she was like, you need more than this. So
Wow.
yeah,
Something that you have taught me is that, like, you can work a 9 to 5, you could be an entrepreneur, like, but it's not for everybody. Like,
right.
it's really up to you. So
That's right.
why didn't you decide to go the business route and all of the things that people are doing, and you just decided to go this 9 to 5 route?
Because that's what I always wanted. Like,
Mm.
I know I could be a supervisor. I know I could be a director. I know all that, but it's like it's not. It's just not what I wanted. That's not what I was fighting for. Like doing all of this stuff that I was doing all these years. I just was doing it to get what I wanted to feel happy with and comfortable. Let me use that word. What I'm going to be comfortable with.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be comfortable being a supervisor. I don't feel that way. Like I could do it, but I need to be comfortable. Like
Yeah.
it's not all about money to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's
It's not.
good.
It's not all about money to me. So I just, and I did what I had to do.
And
I got what I got. I didn't want to stay being a data entry clerk. I want to stay doing that.
So it just seemed like you had these things in your head on where you wanted to be, what you wanted to do, and you went ahead and did it.
And I wanted that difference because I like to have a stable job, like not somebody I have to be like, okay, what do I have to do next? Or do you have any work for me?
You want it to be kind of
yes, consistent, right? Like, and I feel I supervise my own work because my work is consistent. I deal with money. I deal with, checks. I deal with people that pay dues and, political action payments and stuff of that nature that I have to concentrate on, I always got something to do, basically.
So you're always busy.
You always right. I like to be busy, right? I can't
moving.
sit there and be waiting for somebody to give me work to do, and
I'm the same
no
way.
No way.
Now I know where I get it from.
Yes, no way. So I knew I had to get a better position, and I knew it was gonna happen anyway. So because once somebody telling me, why are you sitting there with no work to do? That's your fault. I came here to work.
Right. So
Like, I didn't come here to play. I didn't come to be nobody friends. Right. So
even speaking about friends, you said you got about 5 friends.
Yes.
So
I am not the friendly type. That's where the other side of me comes in.
So like, all right, you said you got about 5 friends. Like, growing up, was it hard for you to make friends, or you just didn't want them?
No, I think I just didn't really want no friends. Like, I
Why?
was just more to myself. Like, I never was just friendly. I didn't care. Like, I had my Cabbage Patch doll, and I was fine. Like, I had Malik, my brother, there. You know, I had to take care of my brother, and it's like I didn't. I'm happy. You know, I grew up in the projects, so it was too much like bad more than good. So I didn't want to be involved with the bad girls. You know, so it was only a few good girls. So I
Wow.
had to make sure I was going in that direction.
So how did you? Because if you grew up in the projects,
Yes.
like if you grew up in the
Ghetto. I like
projects,
ghetto though. I
you
don't have no problem with that word.
you grew up in the ghetto, and you got the bad girls and you got the good girls.
Right.
But would you consider yourself a good girl?
Half and half. Because the bad girls wanted me in their crew.
I could tell. I could
Yes, they
imagine.
did, but I didn't want to be.
Wow.
But I wasn't scared.
Right.
So, you know.
And how did you? But was
And
the
I had to
good-
take up for my brother. So it's like I was the one like, what? I'm
Yeah,
ready
you
to
was the
fight and I
tough
like
one.
boxing.
So the good girls now. How do you become friends with the good girls? Because they probably see you as a bad girl too.
Right.
So-
But I had to show. See, that's where your actions come in. Because I had to show people I'm a very nice, loving, caring person.
So they got to.
You're right. My expression might, show you that, but I'm real. This is just me. So, once like how my mother used to say, my best friend Stacy, she lived in the projects too, but she was, so good in school and she, everything. My mother, oh, you gotta be like Stacy, she just always wanted me, to be like Stacy, but she didn't know that we all was doing the same thing like we, but it's
So y'all
like,
always.
right.
She was just a good
yes.
secret bad girl.
Right.
They just didn't know the bad girl.
Exactly. So it's like, but a person like her, I would prefer, I'm glad I did stick around to be with her. I'm
Yeah.
glad I did stick around to, be Alicia, Janice, my main friends because, we grew up together,
Right.
but we wasn't the bad ones.
Right.
We just like to hang out, dance, party, have fun with each other,
Man, it's like you really can't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Because when people see you, they see the mean mug
Yes,
face.
yup.
They see it. They like, oh, she might have an attitude.
Yes,
she might be this.
that's
She might
exactly
be that.
how they thought of me.
But your heart is completely different.
That's
than
right.
What,
and I did hang with some bad people. Like, I'm not going to say I didn't. But I was, always the good one. I'm trying to help y'all out.
Wow.
Calm y'all down. Like,
Wow.
So I can't say, but they were my true friends because I wouldn't even
Categorize them,
I wouldn't do that. So
you said you had like the good friends, you had the bad friends. How long have you had these friends that you?
forever. Years.
What
Years,
advice
years.
would you give somebody if they want to build friendships with people? What would you tell them like they would need to sustain this type of longevity in
Need to
friendship?
keep it real. Like, and don't be no need to be fake and phony. Express your true feelings. Trust these people that you are considering your friends. Because that's a strong word to me. I don't call everybody my friends. And then if you at a level as being my sister, that's even stronger. In which I do consider the people I, grew up as my sisters. Like, they have that title. Just like Katie is, that's my sister. It's like, that's a title because I have so much love for you.
Wow.
Like, I would do anything, that I can do for you.
Yeah.
So it's like that's how I feel when it comes to who I'm close with.
So do you have any like biological sisters? Like,
No.
So how many siblings do you have?
Well, I had 3 brothers, which one passed, and now I have Malik and Jamal.
So you was the only girl.
Yes.
So is that why you was a little tough?
I think so, because I think I was tougher than them. So that was, even though Jamal was older than me, I was tougher.
So you was the tough one out of all of the
yes.
siblings.
Exactly. So I feel, I had a lot of my father in me. So it's like.
So you say your dad, music,
Yes.
dancing. So can you just tell us a little bit about your dad?
Well, I mean, he, I love my father. He was there for my mother. I mean, he, got into his little troubles at times or whatever. She had to do more But he still was there mentally. He helped us notice the things that we shouldn't be doing.
Right. Okay.
He helped us learn about what is good, what really is good, and what really is bad.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and how we should not do that. Like, do the bad.
Right.
So that I feel that he was there,
Yeah.
and in certain.
And is he okay now?
perspective.
And
Traveling more than me. I'll be kind of jealous. Like, I ain't go these places. How you going all over the world? But I guess it's God. Only God knows.
only
so
God knows. Shout out to Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
Poppy, he was on the podcast. and
Yes.
we had an amazing time. So, do you want to say your age on here?
Oh Lord, sometimes I forget. I'm glad you could remind your mothers because I'm 51 now.
So you're 51.
Christmas Eve just turned right. Yeah, 51.
So you're 51 years old. Do you feel like you're 51?
I don't want to feel it, but women, we go through so much mess. Like now, I'm starting to feel I'm getting older, but I'm not gonna allow that to happen.
Right.
Because I want to do things that I haven't done. And
what's some things that you haven't done that you
really
wanna do?
traveling? Like, I really haven't traveled. Honestly, I was scared to get on the plane, so it was very hard for me. I can't even blame nobody else for me not traveling when I was younger because I didn't ever want to get on the plane. I mean, I'm so bad at remembering my dreams, and I remembered that I died on the plane.
Oh my God!
And that's the only dream I ever remember. How is that?
Wow.
So I said, "Oh no, sorry."
But you've taken a plane.
My sisters, my friends, they forced me.
And
to
you
get
made
on the
it.
plane,
Look
and
at
I
that.
did it. That's what I said. Oh, dreams ain't that,
Right,
But
right.
I was really frightened, and so I didn't do that till I was almost,
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say in my teens. I was in my 30s when I got on the
Wow.
plane. So
All right, name 3 places you want to go.
Hawaii.
Okay, Hawaii.
I also want to go. I want to go like somewhere real far, like a nice island,
Like a nice
somewhere
island,
in
okay.
Trinidad. Yeah, I
Okay,
want to go to Trinidad.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. One more place.
Where else do I want to go? I don't know. Just somewhere nice. I really just want to go to Hawaii. So I
Right.
don't know, like in like a nice island in
Mhm.
Jamaica, like
Yeah,
stuff like
somewhere
that.
like that.
Yeah.
So when did you say to yourself, okay, we're old enough now and you could start like living your life? Like when did you think that in your head? Was there an age you was waiting for us to become like?
Like, how old are you? 30? No,
All right,
no.
I'm
I ain't gonna
32.
say that old. No,
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying. I was saying I was waiting to that age, but no, I can't say that because Quanisha's 29.
Uh-huh.
No, of course, I didn't want y'all to grow up now, but I could say I started noticing that I have to like calm it down with how much I'm not letting go of y'all. You both of y'all, like maybe 18. I could say.
Okay. So
Mm.
18, you was like, all right, I can
Yeah.
start putting myself
We
first.
could go outside now.
Lord have mercy. How long? I was still sleeping in the bed with you.
I can't remember how you did like to still come to bed because Quanisha had to sleep with you a couple of times. So I could say like you was kind of with that spoiled stuff.
Well, I can honestly say from me and Quanisha's perspective, which is my sister, you have done an amazing job with us.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, look at all of the things that I'm doing. Quanisha's a director in school,
Yes.
doing what she does.
Yes. And y'all did an amazing job with me.
What is
Because
that? What do you mean by that?
Because I feel we grew up together.
Wow.
I honestly feel that way.
Mm.
I mean, I was 18 when I had you, so it wasn't like, I was still learning. I was still learning myself.
Oh my goodness.
So I always feel that, like, y'all helped me a lot
How did we help you?
because I had to slow down my pace. I had to pay attention and be patient,
Mm.
and learn how to deal with y'all differently.
Right, because you got girl, boy,
Boy,
different ages.
exactly. And then I wasn't really on the girl mentality. So,
Right.
I mean, Quanisha helped herself out, really. Because I was...
Right, because you still had that
Yes,
tomboy.
it's like
But it's crazy because it seems like I became the softer one.
right.
And she's still the tougher one.
Exactly. And that's so true.
And-
That's so true.
So
I had to kind of make you tough, like,
Yeah.
in a way.
yeah, because I was a crybaby.
It's just not, you was just very loving. Like, you had that loving side for me, too. So, you was, and then your father is definitely like that. So, you had it all.
Wow.
Like, He's a very caring person, always took care of, everybody. And so that's what you have inside of you, too.
So let's talk about your heart.
Hmm.
Do you ever feel like I think you said you love sometimes too hard.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
I mean, as far as like not caring about my own feelings.
Mm.
Like sometimes I feel like I care about other people's feelings so much. Like I don't think about my feelings till it's like too late, kind of.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I should have, focused on how I'm feeling
Mm-hmm.
and not making myself like I hate for someone to have low self esteem.
Yeah.
So once I'm feeling that's happening,
To you.
oh yeah, I'm like, oh no, wait, something is wrong.
Right.
Like
right.
I'm giving too much now.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Yeah.
and so, and I've known that I've done that. So it's like it's hard.
Yeah. How do you overcome that feeling of helping or feeling loving too much? How do you overcome that feeling of loving too much?
I stopped doing it. Like, like, because all right, let me put it this way. It's more in like relationship wise. I'm not going to say that about, my kids and like, it's more relationship type.
Yeah.
I have to stop and just focus on me.
Mm.
Cause I'm seeing it, like I'm
Right.
seeing that I'm doing too much, and I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get,
Turn.
in return. So it's like, and then that's what I always felt about marriage. Like I want to be married, but I don't want to think about getting a divorce, and I want this person for life.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like my mother, no matter what my father did, whatever they went through, that never came to her mind to get a
have
divorce.
divorce.
I want it at times, honestly. I'm like, if you don't go get a divorce, what's wrong with you? But it's like what she wanted, and she promised that she was going to be with this man forever, no matter what, and that's what she did, and that's how I always wanted to be.
Wow. Wow. So
I'm like, if I can't find that, then I'm like, oh well.
yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about singleness? Like being single. I'm not saying you're single,
Right.
but I'm just saying just period. Like how
Right.
do you feel about someone being single because they just can't find anyone? How do you
I
feel?
mean, I feel that if you know that you are happy, you can make yourself happy. It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna be miserable and single,
Right. But
but
right.
I'm gonna be,
Yeah.
I don't want to be married and miserable.
Being
So-
married and miserable.
Mhm.
I was looking at something and they said that like maybe 85% of people literally get a divorce because
Right.
a lot of people are not happily married.
Exactly.
What would you need to be happily married?
I have to.
Keep it PG-13.
Yeah, I was about to say because okay, let me just say we have to be physically, mentally,
Emotionally,
together.
spiritually.
Yeah, of course, spiritually.
Yeah.
You are the person that I just want forever.
Yeah.
And I can go through good times, bad times, but I have to know that I want to go through good times, bad times with you. You are obligated to me, and I'm obligated to you.
Wow.
No
No
matter what. You
Yeah.
know, but everything has to be good. Like I said, physically, mentally. I don't want to say the other thing. Everything has to be lined up correctly.
Yeah.
And we can work it out.
Yeah. Like women are not bold. I mean, even intimacy, you said like everything has to be on
Right.
point. Why do you think women sometimes sacrifice their happiness for the person that they're with? Why do you think that happens?
I don't know, like, because I can't do it for too long. So it's like, I mean, I think women do it because, they want it so much. It's something that's needed.
Yeah.
And then they hearts is, our hearts is more open than a man. I don't care what nobody say. Like, we ready to just give you our all and just show you that we want you,
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that for too long.
Right. Right.
Come on now. We getting older, not younger.
Yeah.
So, if I see it's not happening, okay.
You just seem like it's crazy because it seems like you're a leader. You have a good heart, but you also have emotions and feelings.
Right. Exactly.
So like,
And I'm a leader, not a follower. See, I can't follow. I'm not going to follow, even in a relationship. I'm not going to follow your feelings if you are making me
Unhappy.
unhappy. Exactly.
Yeah.
What is that?
Right. That doesn't make sense.
Right. So it's not gonna work. So I mean, I've had connections that I've thought that I was gonna, really be married and this and that, but it just didn't work out, and I'm not settling.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be together forever. I could be in a relationship for 10 years, 12 years, whatever.
But you just won't settle.
But I'm not going to give that husband title, if I'm not satisfied. Like, why would I do that to myself?
What do you say to a woman right now who is not satisfied and they just staying in it just because? Like, what advice would you give that woman?
To get out.
Mm.
Because how long are you going to make yourself keep yourself unhappy? That's dealing with now you have low self-esteem. Now you feeling like you ugly.
Yeah.
You not feeling like you're not wanted. It's just so much. Why are you going to put all of that on your brain?
Yeah.
It's,
That's crazy.
it's not good. And then there's too many men out here. I always say the black of the berry is sweet of the juice. I don't know what
You always say that to me.
So
Right. So there's definitely better choices.
of course.
Now talk to me about your relationship with God, because you said God is your everything.
Yes. I mean, okay. Well, my family started, my grandmother, my mother's mother, Jehovah's Witness. So my mother's side of the family is Jehovah's Witness. And, we used to go to the Kingdom Hall and things of that nature. So I always was, into God. I didn't have the understanding until I got a little older, like, people believe in God in different ways. So when I did learn that, I was more into, the first time I went to church, I started feeling more, wait a minute, I think this is more for me because I like the music. I like, the feeling that I'm getting,
Yeah.
I would never put nothing against, Jehovah's Witness. I still feel like, if I needed to go to the Kingdom Hall, I will, but, I just got more into the church and, Christian. I had to learn that perspective, how that is. And I felt more comfortable.
Right.
I'm not saying that it was confusing to me. I was like, am I doing something wrong? Because I'm going from this place to this place. And then I started just saying in my head, you know what? I'm just going to believe in God my way.
Right.
I feel there's one God.
Yep.
And that's what I'm going to start, believing in and putting my all into this one God. And try to have understanding with my one God.
And that's
it.
Yeah. And
Like,
just keep
it's
it
nothing
real.
else, I'm not following nobody else. I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell me what to do.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I know. What are some things that God brought you out of in your life?
Getting ready to go in the wrong direction. I was fighting for my brothers. I was in God's face ready to fight.
Wow.
So I was kind of like, had that mentality, and I had to get out of it. Because it's like, come on, I got my kids. I can't be out here trying, thinking I could beat the world and stuff like that. No.
What else? What else are some things God got you out of?
Out of, what can I say? Maybe like feeling like not wanted, not. Because, I got into my depression mode, and just I had surgery.
Talk about that. Like,
So that was, I needed God definitely for that because it was a change for me.
what happened there?
I had a tumor that was growing in my brain, in which I didn't know. So, I had to get the surgery. They cut all my hair. That was the worst. I got through the surgery and everything. The doctor was like, wow, because I could have lost my ability to walk, to talk, it's a lot of things that I could have, and they was so happy that, oh, you good. Soon as I came out the surgery, asking me, what's your father's middle name? And I said, Zabar. I was good. But I had the bandage on my head. Now, they told me that they was only cutting some of my hair on the right side.
Okay.
So I was good. I said, okay, I didn't cry, nothing. I get in the mirror and they took the bandage. I'm totally bald. One side, the whole right side, no hair.
Wow.
All my hair on the left side and no hair on the right. How am I walking around like that?
Ooh.
So tears is coming out my eye. I'm just like miserable. So I had to go. My father had to cut all my hair off because I couldn't walk around with just one side of hair. And look, I had to go through that. And of course, my mother, she looking all beautiful. That's how I wanted to be too. Like
Yeah,
I was into my hair. Like I didn't care about makeup and stuff, but my hair had to be done.
Wow.
So my appearance, stuff like that. Just I had to really please God. Like help me. Like I don't want to be depressed, and I had to just bring my self-esteem up on my own, my pride.
How did you do that? How did you bring you? So you have no hair.
Right.
You just had a life-threatening surgery, and now you have to pick yourself up.
I didn't do it. God did. I was like, I don't know where the strength came from.
Wow.
It just started coming, and I just went and get these different wigs, and I still had to make myself feel good.
And what happened with work once you went through this?
Oh, well, I was only out of work maybe for like 3 months, I think, and they sworn I wasn't going to know my work when I came back. I then sat there, studied everything. I said, God made me, if I didn't remember nothing else, I remembered all my work.
Wow.
I said, you see this? I said, I begged God, please don't let me lose my job, because I wanted my job.
Right. How
That
many
was good.
years?
The best health insurance for my kids, everything. I needed my job. And I think I was in the job for only like 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
And I had a seizure at work. Yep. I was pleading, but it happened. I came right back. Excuse me, could you get out my seat?
So tell me about the 3. So what is those 3 months out of work? What's happening with you? What are you doing?
I'm trying to make sure y'all okay, because y'all was very, sad and depressed and, worrying about me, of course, so I had to make sure y'all was good. And then I was making sure that, I knew everything that I had to remember, because there's a lot of stuff I have to remember, for my work, for my, what I do. So, but I made sure that was going to happen, because I wasn't losing my job.
Wow.
I
hope you hear like who you are, right? When you talk about determination,
yes,
you went through a lot in your life, but you were still determined to make it.
Y'all was still doing what y'all supposed to do. But I never had no real problems with my baby. So and then you was my counselor, my therapist, everything. So it's like I was good.
Yeah.
Y'all I don't want y'all. My kids helped me. I'll tell you, my kids helped me.
No, that's good, because a lot of times parents don't show that. Don't say that it was your children helped you.
I always told you that you made. I had you. You came out my stomach, but you made yourself to be the man that you are. Like I always feel it. Same thing with my daughter. She's a sexy, pretty. I didn't do that. I ain't have nothing to do with that. So y'all did all that stuff on your own.
Wow.
I just make sure that everything is going the right way. That's it.
But you did more than you think. Are you a humble person?
Define that for me. Sometimes I forget words. I'm a real honest person. Humble is like what?
Like
what
humble,
you mean?
like when I say humble, it's just like humbleness is when you like basically I'm gonna say you put a lot of things in front of you and different things like that, and you don't brag. You're not like, oh, I did this, I did that.
Yeah. I'm definitely humble. I don't like that. I don't like for people. I tell you that. Don't be bragging to nobody what you just do it. Like, let them come and brag about to you. Like, I'm not like that. No.
So you never been the type of person to brag?
No. Because I used to have big chains. I was very into jewelry, all that stuff. But I ain't never brag about it. And I got this. No, I never was into stuff like that. That's why people that I would think didn't want me wanted me.
Right, because
men that I didn't think would want, they want, because you so real, like you don't care, like
humble.
It's like
that's the humbleness,
right? It's like I'm not. I like stuff that people don't have. Like I'm not expensive. Like this ain't no Gucci if people think it's Guess. Like I'm not into like I'm not into stuff like that, because I said if my kids can't have it, I don't want it. Like what am I gonna be flaunting around for?
Yeah,
no
so you
way.
wasn't materialistic. And
Never was into that stuff. Never was into. People would think but no, I was never into. My materialistic was just making sure my hair was done.
That's it.
That's it. I ain't have to wear no makeup. I ain't have to do none of that stuff. That's the only thing.
So 5 to 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
Right here in this home.
Okay.
that my son's gonna have for me, just that he has already. No, I don't feel like I want to do too much. I just want to be traveling. I want to just lay up somewhere and just enjoy
relax.
myself, like relax. Like I'm not asking for too much.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm asking for too much. Like
Wow.
I don't want to move nowhere far.
Right.
I'm not moving nowhere far.
Right.
I don't want to drive.
Right.
So it's like I'm very simple.
Right. You just want to
Yes,
chill.
I want to make sure y'all happy. If y'all happy, I'm at the happiest that I could be.
Wow.
And that's it. I never wanted more than, too much. I can't deal with too much. Let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can even deal with too much.
Right.
Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to have no condo and, stuff like that. That's too much for my brain. I'm like, come on. Like, I don't want to. I mean, I did want a condo. I can't say I didn't want a condo because, I don't want to have to pay. I want the maintenance.
They want them to take care
yes,
of it.
Yes, exactly. But as far as let me say mansion and, all that stuff.
You never cared about it.
Yeah, I never cared about stuff like that.
Wow.
The littlest things is good enough for me.
You are one of the realest people that I know.
Thank you.
And I just want to close out by asking you, what does this quote mean to you? Actions speak louder than words.
Is what you show is more important than what you say. Like, these words, my grandson Levi, he's saying a lot of words, but his actions is showing it.
Right.
So,
right.
You have to show. You can't just talk. Like, I want you to show me. Like, then I'll get a better perspective of what's going on and who you are. Exactly. Like, it's all with your actions.
And would you say that your actions have spoken?
Of course. That's why people
life?
know me very well.
Right.
Because I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. It's not going to be hard.
Right.
You're going to know.
And
it's very simple, because I had to go through that in my past, I mean, people tell me, oh, you're going to get this. I'm going to do this for you. I ain't get nothing yet. I ain't go nowhere yet. Like,
wow.
So your action, I need to see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's just it.
Would you give to the single mom right now, 2 kids, single mom, 19 years old, and they just don't know what to do? Like, what advice would you give that
Make
person?
yourself know what to do. Because you don't have a choice.
Wow.
Like, if you don't have a choice, what you want? You want your kids to suffer? You want yourself to suffer? Or you want to make it right? You don't have to do too much. Do what you can do. Like, don't try to go overboard with it. Just go with what you can deal with.
Wow.
And like I tell you, when your brain is too active, it's not going to work.
Yeah. You got to
just
relax yourself.
Yes, you
One
have
step
to.
at a time.
That's right. Take it day by day.
One
And
day.
you will find a way. Oh, I made a
Look.
rhyme.
Listen, I love you so much.
I love you too, my boo.
And I gotta give you your flowers now because you are the reason why. I know you said it's me and I created, but you are the reason why I'm the way I am. And just talking to you, I'm starting to learn more about why I go so hard, why I work so hard, why I'm so determined. When I have my mind set to something, I gotta get it done. Why my actions speak louder than my words. Like, I'm understanding that I'm the reason I'm this way because of you and because of your personality and what you did.
But I'm proud of you that you made it the way you wanted to make it, because you are doing such a great job. I just sometimes I just look at it like, do I know how much he helped me though? Like, do you understand that? Like, it's hard to have a child that knows more than you sometimes. But I'm so thankful, for you and your sister. I'm just thankful, and this was hard right here, but now I feel comfortable.
You feel good, right?
Oh yes.
Well, listen, I'm
and
so
everybody
happy
better
we
keep
did
on
this.
watching my son. Keep it up.
Keep watching this. Purpose over everything. This is my beautiful mom.
I did it.
Now you guys have met the person that you always see in my comments, no matter if it's Instagram, Facebook, wherever it's at, you're always going to see my mom. She's my #1 supporter.
Yes.
And I am so happy that you guys watch. I always say this in every episode. If you don't understand, your purpose, the purpose that God has given you, you will not live the fulfilled life. So continue to go hard, continue to strive for what you want, be determined, like my mom,
Yes.
and don't ever give up.
Yes.
So, Ma, real quick, you want to say something to the people, just motivational or inspirational to them?
Yes, I mean, I'm so happy I did this. I'm proud of myself. And just please, you can listen, learn. I mean, everyone needs help.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to ask for it. Don't be scared to even listen and learn and you know, observe things that can help you.
Wow.
It's just that simple, and keep it real.
Keep it real.
And keep listening to my son. You will know the real talk.
Okay, we gonna pray. Oh, Father God, I thank you so much. I thank you for my mom. I thank you for allowing us to have this episode. Thank you for allowing the nervousness to go away. I believe that people are going to be blessed by this conversation that we had today, Lord. So I just ask that you continue to do it now, God. Bless my mom now, God. Give her long life now, Lord. Everything that she wants, all her desires, wherever she wants to travel, allow her to be able to do it. And we just say that we love you and we thank you for all that you're doing. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
We out, y'all.
Woo.
I learned that I ain't perfect, but God gave me a purpose. I'm worth it 'cause I know he chose me. I'm alright now.